Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Friday, July 26th. Happy Friday, everyone. 6:23 right now. Market's gonna open in about 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update. Looks good. Good. And it looks like we are good to go. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Cool. Link is sent out. Send it out to the rest of the group. All right, solid. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Dropping down to the 8-hour. Dropping down to the 4-hour. 2-hour. One hour. $30-minute. Going down to the 15-minute. Down to the 10-minute. And back down to the 1-minute over here. All right, so it looks like we are good to go. So good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, July 26th. Happy Friday, everyone. 6:26 right now. Market's going to open in about 4 minutes. Market liquidity over here, closest level of liquidity above is at 40,445, and the closest level below is at 40,396. So price pushes down. Target price point is going to be down here at this lower level of liquidity. And if price pushes up, target's going to be at this upper level of liquidity over here. So we got that right there. Yeah, it looks like we're pretty much good to go. So let's see what's here so far. Morning, Steven. Morning, Maria. Morning, CJ. Morning, Nick. There was news over here at 5:30, like Nick mentioned, high impact news. So we had a PCE price index, personal income, core PCE price index. Pretty much mixed news over here at 5:30. We have some more high impact news at 7 o'clock. So let me mark that up for you guys. So you guys can see the new spike that happened right here. Not a huge spike, but definitely some big choppiness right there. So we got more news over here at 7 o'clock. And that is pretty much it. So the volatility right now is okay. It's not good, but it's okay. It's currently at 10 ATR. This is pretty decent compared to how it's been earlier this week. So we'll kind of see where this takes us. Levels over here. Morning, Brock. Nick's Sadie's asking where the session's at. So the closest level, well, the first session is right here. So the Asia high is right here at the 40,400 mark. And then we have the London high up here at 40,625. You have the New York high over here at 40,685. This lines up with liquidity. And I think those are all the highs. So going down here, we have the Asia low over here at 40,266. And then we have the New York low and London low over here at 40,073 and 40,055. So they're pretty spread out. We got some pretty good space here. So if price does push in either direction, we got some nice targets for price to reach to. Price is currently at the Asia high right here. But again, you know, if price pushes up, it's got some pretty nice targets up there. And then if price pushes down, it's got some nice targets down here as well. So yeah, thanks for asking, Sadie, because I was wondering where they were as well. Usually they're pretty close, but it looks like from the volatility yesterday, they're pretty spread out. They're not just sitting in one area, which is what I like to see, because if that's the case, then you know there's going to be a lot of opportunity for direction. Because typically price goes around and pushes to the you know, to the sessions and stuff. So, all right, guys, market's going to open up in about 30 seconds. First level of liquidity right there got hit. It is touching the sessions though, so that's a little tricky. We got market opening up in 10 seconds. Market opening up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is now open, guys. We got price pushing up right here. Price is currently below the pivots right now. Trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. We have bearish divergence. So with that said, we do have a bearish bias at this very moment. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it is currently 66% short. This indicates that 66% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So you typically want to do the opposite and buy, of course. Other than that, there's not really too much else here to look at. Fundamentals are up 200 points, so it's very bullish for the day. I think that's going to push price up, and then we will go from there. All right, guys, price is pushing up just like we anticipated right here. I'll be looking for some market flow entries. First, liquidity right here got hit. Looks like price might just chop between these two levels right here, the 450 and the 400 mark. So there's not too much going on right here right now. Again, I'm going to be looking for price to climb up and push up to this next level up here. So there's no entries here right now. This could possibly start setting up for some market flow entries for a buy. Not yet, though. I'm going to wait for the trend here to confirm. So you can see price is chopping in between these two levels right here. There's nothing new here. This has been chopping for, it's been chopping for a while now, as you guys know. It's been chopping back and forth Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and of course again today. There's a market flow entry right here that's setting up, but it's not one I would take because the trend has not shifted yet. So you guys can see the trend here has not fully shifted. However, this is a market flow setup. Looks like it's probably going to push up. There's not enough volatility to push it right through. I want that volatility where it comes down and it spikes up very quickly, right? Probably not going to get that until we have some more confirmation of the bullish trend. You can see right here, the trend meter is starting to shift. It's now blue. However, it's not green yet. So another market flow entry right here, but it just doesn't meet my criteria with volatility right now. But the trend is shifting. You can see over here, the pivots are shifting and the trend meter down below is turning green. So with that, that's a good sign that we could possibly start looking for some buys here once it's kind of confirmed a little bit more. Again, if price pushes up, first target price point is going to be right there. Looks like it's about to hit. Pushing up to that level of liquidity. I'm going to clean this up. It's done with. And there we go with the first target. First target right there got hit. You guys can see this is where I put the setup. So if you guys took that there for liquidity and wrote it up, That's pretty much where price pushed to. But I'll be looking for more market flow entries here. So I'm looking for price to pull back a little bit, retrace and push back up higher. So we'll continue to follow here. It's pushing up pretty nice. Big volatility spike right here. These candles are really big though. Nice, Brock. So took that push. Thank you. Definitely nice work, Brock. So we'll just wait here for this to pull back. See, this is what's been happening a lot lately. There's been like a really big push and not enough retracement. I'm gonna wait for price to retrace back down to the pivots. I don't really like taking entries over here at the levels or any of that stuff. It's kind of just a little too it's just too iffy for this type of market. The volatility doesn't really stay for too long. So the last thing I want to do is get into a position, bounces off the level, comes up. This doesn't necessarily mean that it's not good. This just means that there's not enough power for it to really continue pushing. So it might pull back a little bit, push up and come back down. What I'm looking for here is I'm looking for price to pull back so it pivots and then climb back up. Let's see, Max had 2 trades for the day, 30 points, and he's now done. Nice work, Max. So Max is all done right there. Jackson over here as well said he made 3K on a 150K account. Seeing this, and he's now leaving. So nice work, Jackson. So Jackson's done for the day, and Max is done for the day. They both locked in the trades over here off liquidity when price pushed up. There's also a couple of market flow entries that came up right here as well. So solid work, guys. I mean, if you guys are happy with your profits for the day, I mean, today's Friday, so of course, it might be a sign to wrap it up. Max over here said, love using liquidity as magnets. Yeah, that's why we use liquidity as a target. So there's a couple of things that we use as targets here. We use the sessions, we use liquidity, we use levels, opening price, high impact news, etc. But yeah, the liquidity is probably the best, the best tool to identify where price reaches. So like for me, I like to ride moves to liquidity, not necessarily touching liquidity, but moving it to liquidity, right? Because it does act like a magnet, like Max mentioned. So we got price pulling back right here. I'll be looking for some possible market flow entries as price pulls back to the pivot and then shoots right back up. Yeah, exactly. Max said, I like seeing huge candles indicating momentum, then using liquidity as a magnet to catch the ride. Yeah, that's exactly how I use it too. I catch the ride to liquidity. Yeah, next said you might get a nice CV. Yeah, price pulls back hard enough, might get a nice CV down here. Correction back up. All right, so we got price kind of bouncing around right here. Again, I'm looking for price to pull back, bounce off the pivot, come back up sharp for a correction. And that's going to be the market flow entry that I'm looking for. The volatility here is still pretty decent. It's moving pretty solid. These candles right here are pretty big. And they're still continuing to move pretty solid. They're not necessarily getting too small, at least not yet. 6:36 right now, so we still got some time. Basically till 7. Here goes price climbs up. The next target's going to be the sessions right there. So if you guys are looking to understand where price is likely to push to, it's going to be the sessions up here. I think price is a bit overextended at this point. So, I mean, I personally wouldn't ride this up any higher, at least not yet. What I'm looking for here personally is I'm looking for the retracement and then climb back up. That's pretty much what I'm looking for here, if possible. But of course, it's not always going to be super smooth like that. So we are getting some chop here, as you guys can see. Price is now in a bit of a range. It's now ranging between the 600 mark and the 550 mark right here. Daniel said Sean checks CNBC News. Let me check real quick. Thanks. So there's an update right here. It says Dow jumps more than 400 points in the final day of volatile week for Wall Street. So with that said, you probably might expect some manipulation to the downside because they just reported here that it jumped 400 points. People might try to chase this. So look for some manipulation to the downside and then a correction back up. Exactly what I'm looking for. So that's perfect that they're reporting that so high. I'm looking for price to come down pretty hard and then come right back up. Thanks, Daniel, for the heads up. Again, the target here has not been hit yet. So this target is still open game. The session's right there. This is going to be the London high. Price is trying to get there, but it's not there yet. It's about to touch almost. So it just touched the target right there, guys, for the London high. Makes it volatile week in the rest of the market, then Dow just decided to push 400 points on the last date. Exactly right. That's the game there. It's because of the earnings this week. There's a lot of earnings on the Nasdaq side, so a lot of tech stocks with earnings this week. Like Nasdaq is pretty crazy, I think, for a lot of people. Yeah, exactly, Nick. That's what they meant to say, but of course they want to confuse people. This week was like pretty choppy though. So like, I don't know. I guess it was volatile, but not super volatile. Not as much as we were expecting. I was expecting a like crazy big bullish push after Biden dropped out of the race, but price is actually bearish. And then it pretty much consolidated, majority of the time. All right, so we got price climbing right here higher. I don't really like where price is currently at right now because it's currently at the sessions. This is going to be a problem because if price pulls back right now, it's going to have to cut back into the sessions, which I don't like. As you guys know, I still look at red flags here, which is going to be the sessions. So I don't trade at the sessions, but I'll trade over it. I just don't want when price has to pull back and then cut through the sessions again. This is typically where a lot of manipulation happens. So, I mean, this is typical for Friday. Friday is usually pretty risky. We got more sessions up here with the New York high, so that's the next target. It's going to be a little tough to take some entries up here because there's just not very much space. So let's see, price pulls back right here. Okay, so there might be slightly enough space to trade between here and the sessions, but it's got to come down pretty sharp, like pretty soon. It's got to come down right here now. This is where a possible market flow entry can happen, guys. So just got to follow through right here and see if this pulls back and then swings back up. So, I mean, there was a market flow setup right there at the levels, not necessarily at the pivot. I'm looking for it to come down and touch the pivot. There's 20 seconds left on this candle. I don't think there's enough space here for us to really take anything. No, it's not going to swing up from here. Ten seconds left on this candle. See if it pulls back to the blue pivot. So I'm going to be looking for a market flow entry here, guys. If it comes up quick, got to get in quick and... Okay. Ah, crap. I got a little too... Why is my sell stop so close? All right, price is pushing up right here. I don't know why is my thing so close on... I'll pull this back a bit. It's just way too close on my... Pull this down a little bit. 26, 604. All right, so got it right there, full TP, guys.
Order filled.
I don't know why my stop loss was so close. Did you guys see that? It was like right here, which was I don't know, whatever. I got my full TP on that though. So nice work right there. If you guys caught that with me, full TP on the market flow. Like I said, you got to pay attention because it's going to happen super quickly, and it did. Um, yeah, so nice work right there, guys. If you guys caught that. Again, price is too close to the sessions now, so I'm gonna have to hold off on any other opportunities here. But this entry came up at 642. I'm gonna add this to there. Nice profits right there, guys. I don't know, like that threw me off that the stop loss was super, super close. But on my Ninja Trader, it's actually fine. Sadie said he's done for the day. Nice work, Sadie. All right, so Sadie's done for the day. I'm gonna keep looking for some more entries here. I'm not done yet, but continue looking here for any more opportunities for us to get into some positions. All right, so price is currently above the sessions now. You're looking again for price to pull back, but I don't want to take any trades right here yet. I need the pivots to follow up even higher. Next target's going to be up here. Nix had only entered me with a one contract for some reason. Oh well, still a dub. It might have reset your contract size on your trading panel. Nick, that happened to me last time too. Like when I updated my TradeOvate, or not TradeOvate, my laptop. All right, so let's see. I see a question over here from CRX. CRX is asking anyone here with fast track trading. So I'm looking into them. The only problem with them is that they don't support NinjaTrader right now. That's probably the main thing that's holding me back. The other thing is that it's kind of sketchy because they don't accept credit card payments. You have to do a wire transfer or pay in crypto. So that's a little red flaggy there, but I'm going to try them out. So once they have NinjaTrader as one of their platforms that they're supporting, I will try them out because I can just add them to my copier. I just don't want to open a Rhythmic account with them because they allow for like 20 accounts, I believe. And I don't want to just have one account with them, of course. It just doesn't make sense. I want to have multiple accounts. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. I've been following them for a while now though, CRX. I'm been following them to see the updates. They're supposed to be releasing NinjaTrader next month. So once they have NinjaTrader, I'm okay, even though they're not accepting credit card payments. I will still give them a shot. Yeah, Nix, it will also be hard to operate Rhythmic and Ninja at the same time. Yeah, and I've had issues with Rhythmic in the past, so I don't really like using Rhythmic at all. When you try to connect them to NinjaTrader, I always have connection issues. So, I've already been through that when I traded with TopStep. TopStep is cool. If TopStep allowed for NinjaTrader, I would have used TopStep, but they use Rhythmic as well. So I can only have like one account with them on my copier, which doesn't make sense. Their account sizes are so small with TopStep. However, TopStep has they're pretty solid overall as a funding company. So if I could get TopStep, if I could have Apex accounts, but with TopStep service, but with fast track funding payouts, that would be like game changer right there. Um, yeah, because I think TopStep they pretty much pioneered this funding space. I think they're the ones that kind of started this a long time ago. I remember when I first started trading, almost 10 to 12 years ago. I didn't have much money to trade, so I was looking into these funding companies, and TopStep was the only one that was around at that time. I wanted to use them, but I didn't know how to trade back then. So I wasn't okay with paying that monthly fee with them. I mean, now obviously it makes sense, but back then when I first started trading, TopStep was already around. Right, Nick? If only. Yeah, TopStep service is number one. Apex accounts are number one because you could have 20 accounts at 300K. And then Fast Track I wouldn't say they're number one in anything yet, but the service that they offer is like unmatched. No eval phase. That's crazy. The accounts are very expensive though. think for a 300K account, it's like 799, which I don't mind because there's no eval phase. I could get the payout pretty quick and then just keep getting more accounts from there. All right, so the second target right here got hit, guys. It was liquidity also lined up with the New York high. Price never pulled back for an entry over here for the market flow. So again, we'll just continue to wait here for next opportunity. Let's see, Barack said, I remember when I had Tradeovate and I was trading through TradingView, my orders would sometimes delay. That was a major reason I moved to Rhythmic. Have you experienced that lately? I've never traded through TradingView directly, Barack. I trade everything through its actual platform, which I highly recommend. I don't recommend anybody do anything through their party platforms because you're going to catch a delay. There's always going to be delay. There's a middleman, you know. You're not necessarily executing directly on the platform. Like, for example, if you're trading on Tradeovate, you should trade on Tradeovate, not TradingView. Same with me. I'm trading on NinjaTrader, so I trade on NinjaTrader, not on TradingView. These are just my copiers. That's probably why my stop loss was kind of weird. Do you see how this intro over here had my stop loss super tight? I don't know why that happened, but my guess is that it had a delay because on my NinjaTrader it was perfect, but on my TradingView over here it had a super tight stop loss and then it had a normal TP. So, and I don't copy let me see this. I don't even copy my TP stop loss, so I don't even know why it shows a TP stop loss like that on TradingView. But yeah, no, I've never experienced that because I've never traded through a third party platform. And especially if you're scalping, Brock, you shouldn't be trading on a third party platform. It's I mean, I know you used to trade on your phone too. You shouldn't even trade on your phone. If you're using any platform that's not like where it should be traditionally traded on, you're gonna expect some delay. Like if you're trading on, like I've seen, there's some people who trade on TradingView on their phone. That's like three different things. Like you have TradingView and then you have your phone instead of just trading on a computer on the actual platform that it's supposed to trade on. So whenever you guys trade through a different platform, there's always going to be at least like a millisecond of a delay. And if the volatility is too high, it's going to be even worse. Even with a copier, right? Like if you look at my profits over here, so here's a trade that we took earlier this morning, just now. Full TP right there. You guys can see my profits here. They're slightly different because there's always going to be some sort of delay, which is understandable. I mean, that's how, you know, how connections work. It's not always going to be exact unless you're trading on the actual thing. Yeah, no problem, Barack. I know it sucks, but it would be nice if it would work perfectly, but just doesn't work like that in this current environment. Okay, so we have a possible market flow entry again right here, guys. If this swings down and swings back up, this could be a market flow entry. I'll be watching for it right here. The only problem with this here is that the volatility is very low. So might not have entry here. We're getting close to news, so another thing to look out for there as well. We have news over here at 7 o'clock. You might get some increased volatility as we get closer to that. Uh, Otherwise, we might just get a slow market. This might just go sideways until news happens at 7 o'clock, of course. All right, since we got news coming up right here shortly, guys, I'm gonna step away real quick. I'm just gonna grab something to drink, and then I'll be right back. So I'll be back in a few moments. All right, guys, I'm back. Damn, I just missed the market flow. Fuck. What? Man, I missed by like 1 second. Damn, I was literally walking over. Fuck me. It's okay. All right, guys. So it looks like Oscar caught the market flow right there. I don't know if anybody else caught that. It happened so quick. Let's see. Joe said I'm trading on TradingView with my TradeAvate account. I've always noticed a slight delay. What do you recommend? I would recommend trading on NinjaTrader or directly on TradeAvate. I mean, that's probably your best option because there's always going to be a delay if you're trading on a different platform. Because what happens is like when you put an order in on TradingView, they don't execute it on TradingView. They have to send it over to TradeAvate and then they execute it, right? That's why there's always like a slight delay. And I know it sucks, but that's just unless you have like a really fast internet connection. Like you have to have like an extremely fast internet connection. I've traded on here before. My internet connections with Google Fiber, so it's pretty fast. Google Fiber Business actually, so it's even faster than regular. So I don't really have a delay. So from my experience, I've traded on here before and I've never experienced a delay, but I can't say it's the same for everybody else because everyone has different internet connections and it depends on how close you are to the servers as well, like where you live. If you watch that documentary that I introduced you guys to yesterday with regard to high frequency trading and bot trading, you'll see that a lot of the people who trade with them, they use like a VPN so that their trades are actually executed like as close as possible to the exchange so that they get in like at lightning speed. I know it's pretty crazy how things like that work, but internet connection does have um a place in like how fast your orders get executed because it allows for TradingView to pretty much document your trade and then transfer it over to TradeAvate as quick as possible. There's another market flow setup right here, but it's not really a big, like a sharp enough drop, so I'm not going to take it. But I was looking for it to pull back a little more. So there's a possible market flow here again. The only problem is that these candles are starting to get very small and we're really close to news. So I'm not going to take any trades here right now as we have news over here at 7 o'clock. It's high impact news. Michigan consumer sentiment forecasted to be negative. And you can see the volatility here is just starting to die down. So if price continues to push up higher, the next target price point is of course going to be the levels up here, the levels and the session and the liquidity. But you guys can see the volatility here is starting to flatten out. And we'll see what happens here at news at 7 o'clock. So news is forecasted to be negative, so this will probably push. What I'm expecting is a manipulated push. So I'm expecting price to come down slightly and then correction back up. Kind of what I'm expecting. CRX, if they finally release NinjaTrader, might be a good game changer. I mean, their Discord, they're paying traders out so much. So yeah, I've seen that too, CRX. I just don't know how legit it is, right? I'm in their Discord as well. I mean, they seem solid. They're not on NinjaTrader, so that's the main downside. I've been in their Discord for a while since they first started it, when it was like a janky Discord. Yeah, I mean they've made a lot of upgrades since I found out about them. I found out about them about a month ago. Their website was super like sketch. But the website's gotten better, the Discord's gotten better. I think the owner, he just wanted to start up like as soon as possible. So he just kind of threw like random stuff together. The thing that throws me off too is that their website is a .net, right? I don't know, it's not the biggest, it's not the end of the world, but I do think it's kind of unusual that he didn't decide to just change the name or buy the domain from someone else. There's just a lot of red flags there. A lot of red flags, but they're working on it. All right, so we got news right here, guys. You guys can see the spike down, just kind of like what I anticipated. That's what I was expecting. The news was actually positive. So it did exactly what I just kind of mentioned to you guys. I said the news forecast would be negative. I was expecting a fake out manipulation to the downside and a spike back up. This technically could have been another market flow entry, but obviously we don't take trades based off, or we don't take trades on the news candle. So what I'll wait for here is I'll wait for the market to stop reacting to the news. Otherwise, I might just wrap it up for the week, guys, for my own personal accounts. For my accounts here, I'm pretty happy with my profits, so I don't think I need to force anything today. It is past 7 o'clock, so I mean, this was our goal, right? Our goal today was to catch as many trades between 6:30 and 7 as possible. There was a lot of opportunities right here. We took our market flow entry right here, which played out perfect. There was another market flow over here as I stepped away for a second, unfortunately, but it did play right through. So I'll keep looking for entries here, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm only going to take an entry if it looks really, really good. It's got to stand out. It's got to be a standout entry where I know for sure it's going to play through. I think price will probably continue climbing over here. This might be a triple confluence, like Nick just said. Yeah, Nick as well. Nick said he logged off Ninja. I'm pretty satisfied with our profits for the day. We had a pretty smooth win earlier. And that win brings me back to break even for the week. So that's why I'm satisfied, because I'd rather have a break even week than to have a losing week. There's a high-low scalp right there, like Nick just mentioned. Yeah, price broke and closed past the higher high. This is also a liquidity level too. So it broke past a higher high, which was also a liquidity level. Went straight through right there at full TP. Nice. Nick caught it from 10. Nice work. Or not Nick, Oscar. Nice work, Oscar. Oscar caught some profits right there. Here we go as price pushes up higher. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'll keep looking for opportunities here. But I think for myself personally, I'm going to close out my Ninja. The last thing I want to do is go into this weekend upset, right? Because I would have taken like a dumb trade or something like that. I'm at break even for the week, so I'm pretty satisfied with what we got here so far. Especially because it's Friday. I don't want to have to like eat a loss and then have to get that revenge trading mindset to make it back before the market close. And you guys know how that works, right? Everybody knows how that works. The revenge mindset trading is hard to get over. Like once you guys have a loss, and then like say if you have a loss on a Friday, say for example you had like a really good week Monday through Thursday, then Friday you have a loss, you pretty much lose all your profits or a couple losses, and then you get into that mindset where you're like, oh, I need to like make something to close out this week strong, right? Break even is a strong week. If you're any net positive or break even, I mean I consider that a good week, because a lot of people out there are blowing accounts, right? So if you're not blowing accounts and you're net positive every week, and then you end up at net positive at the end of the month, you're profitable, and that's really what's key. So we'll keep looking over here for some more opportunities, but you guys can see the volatility here is starting to slow down a little bit. Not too much going on. It's still early. It's 7:04, so we got a lot of time here. I'm not necessarily done trading, but I would need to see like something really good. Like I need to see some climbs, some retracements, and continuations. I don't want none of this sideways movement right here. This typically happens after 7 o'clock anyway. 7 o'clock hits, his market starts to go sideways for like the next hour, and then it's kind of pointless. There's just nothing to take here. So let's go to our team profits. We got David over here. He locked in a total profit of 355 for the day. All wins here. Nice work, David. If anybody has any more profits to share, feel free to post them up in the group over here. Again, like I said in the past, guys, posting your profits aren't necessarily to show off. It's just to give you guys confidence, because if you close out this week strong and you have profits to share, then you can go into this weekend happy, come back next week, feel great about the week, and hit the ground running. But the thing is, if you're not like, and it's not about showing off, but if you're not like necessarily showcasing your work, right? If you did good this week and you made some profit, or if you did good just today, you could have been done crappy this whole week and then did good today. You need something to build your confidence up, right? You need somebody like other people to kind of support you, so that next week, you feel excited and you're ready to hit the market. Because the last thing you want to do is come into the market next week scared. Next week is NFP. It's going to be a lot of volatility. So you want to come into the market next week feeling relaxed and fresh and ready to go, because I think the market's going to be pretty volatile next week for sure. I think next week's going to be one of the bigger weeks for us. It typically is. NFP is usually like that. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. Let's see, CJ said, did they extend the PA fee discount for the 150K, 250, 300Ks? I didn't even know they pushed it to August 15th. Is it to August 15th? Let me pull it up real quick. Because I thought it ended before. Let me go here real quick. Okay, so looking at it, looks like it ends in 5 days. So I think it ends on July 31st. Where did you guys see the date for the August 15th, CJ? Did you guys see that somewhere else? I'm just curious because if that's the case, I might load up on some backup accounts because it's $40, right? It's so cheap. I can get like the accounts are so cheap right now. It's good to have just a backup. Only if you guys can afford it though. So you guys just got to keep that in mind. Okay, so it's only the PA fee. Where did you guys see that though, CJ? I'm just curious because I want to make sure I got that in writing somewhere. So when I get those, or when somebody has to pay the PA fee, because the thing is, I still have a couple accounts that I need to transfer over. Okay, perfect. No, thanks. On their FAQs. This is a downside of them not having their Discord open, because I liked looking over here and show the promotions and updates, but it's not here anymore. So let me check over here. Actually, they might have promotions. I don't. This is just like their admins group. They don't necessarily give any updates like the previous Discord. I feel like they should just bring their Discord back, but not have a chat there. Like just have a notice board or something like that. Yeah, you said it was in the FAQs. What the promotion? Yeah, I'll take a look later. But again, guys, there's nothing going on over here. Price is kind of just staying flat. So as you guys can see, this is where price is currently ranging from. It's ranging between the 800 level and the 700 level. So this is the back and forth movement right here for range. This is expected. This typically happens after 7 o'clock. This is why I don't trade after 7 most of the time, because you just get a back and forth movement right here as price continues to go back and forth. That's why typically you need to execute your trades between 6:30 and 8 like we do, or like majority of us do, because otherwise if you wait till 7 o'clock, the market starts to flatten out and you don't really have any opportunities here to take anything. So, I wouldn't be surprised, CJ, if they extended again for like another month, just to wrap up summer. Or until they like start to fix. Like, I'm surprised they haven't gotten everything fixed yet, like the Discord and stuff. I know they said they're going to make some changes and some updates. I think it's been a couple weeks now. I'm surprised they haven't kind of got the Discord up and running, at least for the updates. But I have a feeling, don't quote me on it, but I do have a feeling they're probably going to extend another promo. It might not be the same promo, but they're going to extend another promo for the rest of the summer. It is July, August, September, yeah. One more month, and then we're going to fall season. There's a possible CV entry right here, guys, like Nick just mentioned. However, it is at the news price, high impact news too, so you guys might want to be careful with it. But the CV pattern, so what I'm going to look for here is I'm going to look at the CV pattern, and then I'm going to use this as a confluence for reversal. So I'm going to look at this as a reversal pattern, and then I'm going to look for this to push up, retrace, and climb up from there. If you guys want to take it as a CV, feel free. You guys can take this as a CV or a V1 variation. The only problem here that I can see, like the only reason for me to maybe not take this is the fact that it's at the news price. Right, but this is a reversal pattern, so this could be an instant push to the upside. So that'd be a V1 variation CB right there. Looks like it already hit TP if you're going for 10 points. Yeah, full TP right there. Nice call, Nick. So if you're going for 10 points right there, that was a CV V1 variation pattern. Already hit its full TP. Again, I said I would use this as a confluence, possible swing up, come back down, and push up from there. However, the volatility is not super high. These candles are at about 25 points, still kind of slow at this point. And the volatility is still a little too slow. I don't know if this is something that I personally want to be looking to get into. There's a possible market flow here setting up again. It's got to pull back a little harder. So you have to get a pretty strong push down, push back up. Yeah, the volatility right now is just a little too flat. It's also flashing momentum. There's divergence right there as well. Candle has about 20 seconds left on it. It's got a lot of time, so I mean, there's a possibility here for it to swing back up for. All right, if this swings back up green, this could be a pretty nice market flow entry. I'll be watching. It's got 10 seconds left on it. It's probably not going to happen, and there's not enough time. Candle's about to close, no entry. So the candle closed right there. Unfortunately, it didn't swing back up. If you did take it initially when it came back up, it did push through, but the volatility is just not there. Like you want something to push up, come down very sharply, and come right back up. Something like this, right? Like a fake out pattern, basically. So you want price to push up, come down for a fake out, and then shoot right through. I mean, it's basically like what happened right here too. See how price came down to the sessions? Price came down super sharp, faked out, shot all the way back up. That's basically what market flow entries are. They're fake outs and correction. So basically these market flow entries, like another way of identifying it, you're looking for a fake out in the opposite direction, and then you're looking for the correction back up, basically the direction of the trend. So. Gotcha. Thanks for the link here, CG. I'll take a look at this later. I didn't realize they put this up. But yeah, if you guys here, I'll put something in the Discord as well. Let me just, because it's got 5 days left, and if you guys want to stack up on accounts, I mean, this is probably the best time to stack up on them. So I'll just post an update on this right here. So I don't want you guys to miss out on this. I mean, even myself, I think I still have 3 more slots for my PA accounts. So I will probably buy another couple accounts, and then because it's so cheap, like the thing is you want to lock in these accounts, the $40 accounts, if you're trying to get 300K, because the regular price for a 300K account is pretty expensive. So if you go down here on Tradeovate, so if you pay full price for a Tradeovate account for 300K, it's 677, right? And then if you get the discount, like if you just get the 80% off, it's 137, I believe. So you get this discount plus the extra promo, it's only $40 a month to have a 300K account. So it's a steal to have a 300K account for 40 bucks. So if you guys want to stack up, I feel like it doesn't have to be a 300K account. You can do the smaller ones too, the 150K. If you plan on like getting accounts in the future, like if you plan on buying like maybe 1 or 2 or even 5 more accounts in the near future, it would make sense because one account right now at 300K is equal to or one account normally is equal to 3 accounts. Because before I was paying about like 137 a month for a 300K account, and now I'm only paying 40 bucks, which is I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy steal. So you guys don't have to take advantage of that, but I'm just saying, you guys got 5 days to do it. So you can think about it over the weekend. If you think you're gonna get some more accounts, probably the best time. And then you should probably never cancel those accounts. If you blow the accounts, just pay the reset fee because the reset fee is cheaper than having to buy another one or a new one. So I posted that in the Discord just so that you guys can see. And here are my profits for the day again. So we got some more profits here from Delicia. So great work, Delicia, on her account over here. Delicia locked in 8,290 on her first account. Her second account, she locked in 2,680. Her third account, she locked in 1,605. Her fourth account, she locked in 1,130. Her fifth account, she locked in 835. And her sixth account, she locked in 960. So a total profit of 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 14,000 for the day. And then for the week, she locked in about 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, about 18,000 for the week. Nice work, Delicia. So she killed it for this trading day to bring herself back. You guys got to remember, Delicia was in the red earlier this week. So she was in the red earlier this week, and she's now back in a profit and then some. So nice work, Delicia. Great comeback for this week. I'm at break even for this week. So, I mean, it's all good. I didn't take as many trades, and I missed this last one over here. So let's go get some water, unfortunately. But it's all good. I'm pretty happy and satisfied with what I'm glad that I got out of my hole because earlier this week we were like -1, went back to break even, went to +1, and went back to -1, and now I'm back to break even. So I'm gonna go into this weekend with a break even trading week. 7:18 right now, so we still got a lot of time, guys. If you guys have any questions, I'm here to help you guys out. So if there's anything that you want me to cover, anything you guys want me to review, feel free to pop into the chat. Otherwise, right now I'm just going to add up my profits for the day, so I can kind of see where I'm at. Actually, I don't even need to add them up. I'll just kind of eyeball them. So I made 1,120 on my accounts up here, made 1,050 on my accounts down here, and then I made about 500 on my accounts right down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So about 16,000 in profit for the day. But realistically, I'm at break even for the week. So it was a nice little comeback. This is kind of what I was aiming for. Yesterday during the live session, I said, I hope I get 1 or 2 trades. One trade to bring me back to break even, and then one trade to bring me into net positive for the week. But sometimes you just got to take it on the chin. You got to accept that it's a break even week for you, because if you try to revenge trade or you FOMO trade, you can easily go back into the negative. So for me, I'm disciplined. This is basically just pre-training for the hedge fund. So this is me basically showing that I have the discipline to end the week at break even and not have to force any trades. Because when I'm trading for the hedge fund and I'm trading like, hundreds of accounts and I have like millions on the line every single day, you got to understand that you have to do it for the greater good. You have to understand when to stop. You have to understand when to take a break, and you got to understand when you're trading on tilt. So I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people. They don't know when to stop. Like, you guys can lose a trade and just stop, but some people will just lose a trade and they'll just keep trading their way down into a deeper hole. So yeah, it's got to get the mindset, discipline, trade psychology proper. And then once you have that, I mean, it's pretty much, your potential is pretty much unlimited. Also for today, since today's Friday, and I'm expecting next week to be good for NFP, that's why I'm a little more okay with kind of sitting back. and waiting for, these entries to really come to us. But there's just nothing here for us to take. As you guys can see, the volatility here is still pretty low. What happens here during this time after 7 o'clock is price pretty much just ranges and consolidates from level to level. So like earlier, we had price ranging and consolidating right here. Then it pushed up, ranged up here, then it pushed down, range right here, then it pushed down further, range right here. And that's kind of what's happening here, right? Price will push up a little bit, it'll range here for a little bit for maybe 10 or 20 minutes, push back up, consolidate range, push back down, consolidate range. There's just no direction here. What you want to look for in the market is you want to look for price to actually climb, right? Climb down, back to open, or climb up and reach new highs. So looking at this here, this upper level has not gone hit yet. So if price does push up, this is the target price point for price to reach, right? That's the upper target. If price pushes down, the target's gonna be back to open, right? This is gonna be the main target to look for if price continues to drop from where it's currently at. So as of now, there's nothing going on here. But if there's anything that you guys want me to review, just feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we got some more team profits here from CRX or Chris. I'm not sure what your name is. I know it's your CRX. And there's CRX over here had a green week. Total profit of 1,500 on his first account, 110 on his second account, 1,435 on the third account, and 780 on his fourth account. Total profit well over 3,000 for the week. Nice work, CRX. And this is what I mean, guys. So if you guys have a green week or a green day, you guys can look at this and go into the weekend happy, come back on Monday excited and ready to hit the markets again. That's how I feel every week, guys. So like every week, you guys see me on Monday. I'm never like not excited to kick off the week. I'm always excited. I actually hate the weekends because the markets close. I wish the market was open every day. That'd be ideal. But yeah, if you go into the weekend feeling good, come back on Monday and then ready to hit the week. Especially, so what you want to look forward to is also like look forward with regards to news. So this week was kind of choppy because of the news and then a lot of stuff that was happening behind the scenes. Next week, you'll see the market's going to be a little slow over here on Monday. There's like some medium impact news, but it's going to be after our live session or like right in the middle. Then Tuesday over here, we have some news pretty early at 6 o'clock pre-market, and we have some high impact news over here at 7, and then it starts to pick up over here on Wednesday. So this is how you can kind of plan out your week. Like, okay, Monday's going to be a little smoother, a little slower. It might be slow, but it'll be smooth. Tuesday, it's going to be picking up a little bit because we have some news, some bigger news events. Wednesdays, where it starts to pick up a lot. We have a bunch of news events over here pre-market. And then Thursday and Friday, of course, it's NFP. So this is where the market's going to be pretty volatile. So it's a build up to the week. And then you can pretty much just look forward, like, okay, what's going to happen next week after that? You have S&P Global Services PMI, you have trade balance, gas stock change, initial jobless claims. You'll see that the week following NFP is going to be a little bit slower, aside from PPI that happens. Actually, this is the following week. Is August? I'm curious, is there a holiday on August 9th? There's no calendar here. Let me check my calendar real quick, my actual calendar. I don't think there's a holiday on that day. There's just no news for some reason. I've never seen a day where there's no news on it's probably gonna update later this week. But yeah, there's no news on that day. All right, guys, so price is climbing back up. Again, if you guys are looking for some entries, this would be your cue. So the volatility is starting to pick back up here a little bit. It's 725 right now, getting closer to 730. I don't know how long this volatility will keep up, but if it does keep up, look for a climb to the upside right here. The target's going to be up here, of course. So look for two things. Look for price to climb up and hit the target. It just depends on how you want to trade it, right? If you want to trade it to liquidity over here, you have another level of liquidity right there. You got two levels of liquidity. So you can pretty much climb this up. The only problem is that the volatility is so low. That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is look for price to push up, retrace a little bit, and then shoot right back up. I do think price will be bullish, but I can't say for sure if it's going to shoot right through because the volatility is so slow right now. If the volatility would pick up, then okay, great. I'll be like, okay, you can ride this up to liquidity. But because the volatility is so slow right now and it's so low, I don't have confidence that this is going to like blast right through. Like I can't say for sure that's going to happen. Volatility is picking up though. You guys can see the momentum here picking up. You have a buy signal right here. I think if this taps the liquidity, it's going to shoot to the level right there. So if you, like I said, if you wanted to ride this up to the liquidity, you could have. Yeah, Kevin said the triple kept saying psych. Came up right there, faked out, came right back up. There it goes, it hits liquidity. So hit the first target right there. Next target did exactly what I anticipated, right? So that's what I said. If you guys catch the volatility right there, you can ride it to the liquidity. Like you could have caught it right here, it started to climb up. The volatility candle was getting bigger and it shot right up to its TP. This is how I personally take liquidity when I take it. I don't always take it, but when I do take it, this is how I take it. I'll wait for like two levels right there to set up 2 levels of liquidity because when you have two, it's better than one, of course, right? There's more option, there's more reason for it to push up higher. So shot right through right there. And if you guys took it, nice work. For me, like I said, I'm pretty satisfied with my profits for the week. I'm okay with closing out this week break even, so I'm not really looking to take anything anymore. Unless like there's a really good entry, which I don't see right now. There is a levels entry right here too, guys. So if you guys notice that, the entries are starting to pile up. Price closed above here, price pulled back. The entry would have happened at the level right here with a pending order and it shot right through. So there's a lot of opportunities here that are popping up. They're not necessarily like the best opportunities, but you guys can see here, the analysis here is playing through, and that's what we would like to see. We just want to make sure, like even if we're not in the position, we want to make sure that our analysis is playing through. And we knew price was going to be bullish here. We knew this from the market open because of retail sentiment, right? Look at retail sentiment right now. You think price is going to come down? There's 74% of retail traders on the sell side. The market makers are not going to make it easy for these sellers. So I'm expecting price to keep pushing up higher. It's just they just faked out right here. So what happened here is I think a lot of people got pretty much fooled, right? Price came down. People thought price was going to correct back to the downside, but the market makers are like, nah, we're not going to do that for you. They basically lured in the sellers right here because the number here was so small earlier. If you guys remember from this morning, it increased almost 10%, right? It was at like 64% earlier, 66%. And then they basically lured in, they basically suckered in all the sellers. They're like, oh, price is gonna come down. And they're like, no, we're gonna push price right back up and then screw everybody. And that's exactly what happened. So you don't want to trade with retail, guys. Like you want to use this to your advantage. It's not always going to be the main factor, but it's going to be something for you to look at because you want to get suckered into these sells. Again, right here, price is coming back down. This could possibly pull back a little bit and then maybe climb back up. Right? There's just or the volatility here is going to die down. That's, in my opinion, I think that's probably what's going to happen. And these are just repeating market patterns. Like we just see these patterns happen every day. You'll get some volatility here, then the market just kind of it dies down a little bit. And then eventually, so push up, consolidate a little bit, then it'll pick back up. So if you get a nice market flow entry here, I think this would be pretty solid. But it's got to be pretty strong. It's got to come down sharply and then shoot right back up. Because they're still suckering in sellers right now. You guys can see from the, obviously from the retail sentiment, they're still suckering sellers. So this could be a possible market flow entry if it swings back up from here. Something to look for. All right, so we'll see if it swings back up. This could be a possible market flow. It's got 28 seconds, a lot of time on it. It's got 20 seconds. It does have a pending sell signal, so it's a little tricky. CRX effect, small wins, small consistent wins builds confidence. Have a great weekend, everyone. All right, so CRX is done for the day. Looks like a lot of people are starting to wrap it up as we get closer to 7:30. It is 7:30 right now, actually. So I'll hang out for a bit longer and we'll see if anything happens. If nothing happens, we'll probably just wrap it up for the weekend. Yeah, so the volatility here didn't spike back up, at least not yet. We still possibly come up from here though. So there's a couple of things here that you can look for. You can look for the market flow down here. That's one of them. Or you can look for the market flow up here. All right. Not much going on right here. Yeah, there's not really much going on. So price is pulling back down right now. Again, what I would recommend is to just look for it to swing back up. At this point, I wouldn't try to capture any market flows from down here. I think price is too far down. I would look for price to swing back up and catch a market flow entry as it's already swinging back up. Yeah, because at this point, price has pulled back super hard. This is why the market's super unpredictable on Fridays. It looks like the push up to the upside right here was just another fake out. So it fake up to basically lure in the sellers here, then it pushed back up to stop them out. And then now it's coming back in here to lure some more sellers. So, and you can see over here, they're starting to add up, right? Look at the net short. It was at 74, it's now at 75. So they're doing a good job in luring in these sellers. And this could be a CV entry right here. So CV pattern for reversal. This is what you want to look out for. This candle has about 50 seconds left on it. Never mind, no CV right there. But you want to look for price to basically reverse back to the upside. I don't think price is ready to come back down yet. If it does come down, I'd be pretty surprised. This is what I was expecting earlier, back to open. Doesn't necessarily have to come down that far though. The main things I would look for are these sessions right here. So the first target right here was probably this earlier session, near high. The next target, if it continues to drop, is going to be this London high. So what I would look for is look for the fake outs at these sessions. So see how price is below here, right here? You see these fake outs that happened over here, fake out right there, and a fake out right here. So look out for a possible fake out right here. Price could easily just come down to this point and then fake out all the way back up. Just like it happened over here. So this right here is going to be a V1 variation, possible CV pattern if it's a double body. So if this candle here closes green, this will be a V1 variation, possible reversal pattern back to the upside. If not, this is the other thing that I can possibly see happening here is that the fake out might come lower. So these two fake outs right here, the thing is you have to look at the market from a different perspective. Look at it from other people. If people are catching the fake outs right here, now let me draw a zone right here. If people are catching the fake outs, they're not going to make this an easy fake out to just catch again, right? Another bounce. Because other people are looking at that. What they'll do here is they'll drop it further below and then they'll fake out from right here. So you guys got to look at things from different perspectives. Look for analysis for a fake out, and then look for another analysis for a fake out on the fake out. So the fake outs happen right here. Obviously, this analysis didn't play through, right? The next analysis is, okay, look for the fake out below the fake out down this area, and then see if this actually climbs up. And that's kind of how you improve on predicting what's going to happen next, because you'll have an analysis, that analysis doesn't work out. Okay, what happens after that analysis? And then say, for example, this fake out over here doesn't play out, right? Say, for example, this doesn't happen, then what's your next analysis? Your next analysis is, okay, price is actually going to probably come down to open now at this point. So that's kind of how you play around with like your thought process. You're not just kind of stuck in one direction. Because what happens with a lot of people is that like you probably heard this saying, like, don't get married to like one direction, right? Because that's what happens. Like a lot of people are only looking for buys here. So they're like, okay, I'm gonna look for the bounce here. And then they get stopped out. And I go, okay, I'm gonna look for the bounce here. And then they get stopped out. What happens is at that point is they start to give up. And once they give up at that point, what happens? The bounce actually happens, right? And I'm sure it's happened to a lot of you guys in the past where you guys have tried, you guys had an analysis, you lost the trade, you got in again for another time, you lost the trade, and then you got in for another time, and then you lost the trade. And then after you lose those 3 times, right after your analysis plays right through, but you're not following it anymore. But you have to understand, like, there's different types of analysis. Like, there can be analysis here for a sell, there can be analysis here for a buy. For me personally, I think price is still going to swing back up. I don't think the reversal is going to happen here. And the reason for that is because I'm using different confluences. I'm looking over here at the retail sentiment. I'm like, there's no reason for price to come down when there's so many sellers in the market right now. You know, I'm expecting the market to fake out and come right back up. Also looking over here at the fundamentals. The fundamentals obviously is overextended. You can see over here, it says the Dow rips 600 points higher as Wall Street claws back some of this week's decline. I mean, price already ripped up pretty high, so obviously it's due for retracement, but I don't think it's enough for a full-on reversal. So it's up 40, it's almost up 500 points right now. A lot of updates over here from CNBC. This was just released a couple minutes ago. So this is probably what caused the drop back down. I said Dow ripped 600 points. Obviously, you want to look at doing the opposite. And I mean, for me, I still think price is going to push up. That's just for me. But I guess we'll see what happens here. But it's 7:37 right now. We got about 20 minutes till 8. So if there's any questions that you guys have, anything that you guys want me to cover, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, what I would recommend is to just look for the fake out around the sessions right here. Let me see if this thing comes down back to open. That's a pretty far drop. It's over 200 points. So not really expecting it. I mean, at this point, there's one of two things that'll happen. Now that price is at this session right here, price is either going to fake out and climb back up, or it's going to break below and continue climbing down to opening price. That's all I see here. And there goes the correction that I just mentioned to you guys. Let's see if it actually climbs up. So we had a nice green candle right here. It was actually a market flow pattern off the sessions. So let's see if this here climbs right back up. But that's kind of what I was expecting here. Let's see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. All right, what I'm going to do here for myself is I'm going to close out my Ninja Trader. I'm officially done trading for the day, for the week actually. And I'm going to turn this off. Okay, so I turned off my laptop. What I'm going to do here is while we're just hanging out, I'm going to go and just add up the trades from today. It's just one trade, so it's not going to be a big deal. So for today, 7/26/24. Entry from today happened at 6:42. So I update this pretty much every other day. And of course, at the end of the week, so that we have our results. typically what I try to look for here is I try to look for patterns to see if there's anything here where we should avoid trades. It looks like all the losing trades or a majority of the losing trades happened after 7 o'clock. So, I mean, key thing here to learn from this week is don't trade after 7, right? You can see that the loss over here on Monday happened at 7:37. You know, that could have been easily avoided. This trade over here couldn't have been avoided, but this one over here could have. So there's two trades from this week that happened after 7 o'clock. Maybe in this situation, just don't trade after 7, because if that was the case and I didn't lose these two trades, I'd be 2 net positive wins for this week. Which is all good. I mean, it happens, but now like, this is why I keep everything documented, because now I understand like, okay, after 7 o'clock, that's usually where I lose trades. So just don't trade after 7. But here are the results for the week so far. So we had, let's see, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we had 10 trades for this week. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses. So it's a break-even week for us this week, which is not horrible. Like I said, I'd rather have a break-even week than have a losing week. So for this total month so far for July, we have 18 wins, 10 losses, 120 points in profit. Total trades of 28 trades for a win-loss ratio of 64.3%. It's not great, but I think for the conditions that were dealt with this month for July, I think it's pretty decent. It's not great, it's not horrible, but it is it's a given for a summer month. That's kind of that's where we're at so far for the month. Back to the charts over here. And this is the correction that I just told you guys about, right? I said, look for the fake out right here at the sessions and look for that correction back up. Doing exactly what I anticipated. And this, I'm not like a fortune teller, guys. Like, this is because I've been trading for so long and I trade wire for so long. This pattern is not something new. I already knew something like this was going to happen because I've seen it before. So there goes, price climbs up. The target price point here, if price does continue climbing, is going to be this higher high right here. That's going to be the first target if it does continue to climb up from here. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Steven's asking, so don't enter a buy now. You gotta put your questions like, make it make sense, Steven, because your questions are always the same. I swear you asked the same question pretty much every day this week. So don't buy now. I never understand your question. Like, you always ask the question, but it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, just in the future, like, either provide some sort of analysis or give me a reason. But yeah, you could have taken, like I said earlier, you could have taken a buy down here, and that would have made sense, right? Because I gave you my analysis. I said the fake out's going to happen here probably at the sessions, and it's going to climb up. So yes, if that was your analysis, and because you said, so don't buy now. I told you to buy now. So you're like, I don't know, it's kind of really funny. Every time I say something, Steven says the opposite. Like, I don't I don't know why that happens. Steven, or I think it's just your question just comes off like very wrong. Because I said this is gonna happen, the fake out, and then price is gonna push up, and then your question was, so don't buy now. No, yes, buy now, because I said this is gonna happen. And it looks like you did buy, so you're in profit, and I'm glad you're in profit. But yeah, you're like a book of mysteries, Steven. every time we have some sort of interaction here on the live, it's I don't know, it's just like, I don't know what to think sometimes. But anyways, if you guys are looking for an entry here, that's a possible market flow that's coming down from this point and coming right back up. I closed out my Ninja Trader, so I'm not taking any more trades today. But if you guys are looking for an entry, this could be a possible opportunity here for the price to come down. bounce off the pivot and come up. At this point, Steven, you should probably close out of your position. You can probably re-enter later. But if you want to hold on to it, feel free. I'm not sure how much profit you're currently in. I'm not sure where your entry came out from. You could have entered from right here at the buy signal, or you could have entered right here for a market flow. So there's two different opportunities for entry here where you could have taken the buy. I mean, you could have even entered right here at the sessions. So there's one right here for a buy signal you probably could have taken. There is a breakout V3 continuation that happened right here. There was a market flow entry that happened right here. So there's three different opportunities. I'm not sure where you entered from, but if you entered from any of these points, I mean, you'd be in profit quite a bit. So, all right, guys, it's getting closer to 8 o'clock. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to pop into the chat. Otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. There's just no need to force any trades here. It's Friday. It's, go enjoy your weekend, guys. So I don't really see too much happening here. Looks like the majority of you guys are done trading for the day as well. So again, guys, if you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to post them up here in the group. Otherwise, I think we're gonna wrap this up for the day. 7:47 right now. We got about 13 minutes till 8 o'clock. And I think we did pretty good. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys back here on Monday for market open. Again, if you guys don't need to trade, don't force it. Just go into the weekend with your profits for the day.